This is a 2000 Saturn SL1. As you can see, the headliner is very ripped, very torn, and the entire back part of it is not even glued up anymore. So I'm going to show you how to remove it. Removing these is not that difficult. In reality, the only things that truly brace these up are the sun visors, the grab bars, and the dome light, which, as you can see, a very common problem on these cars is that the dome lights, the clips break off. They're supposed to be like that or like that. This person has attached a string to the plastic in here. You can see I pull down and the headliner moves, and the wiring is just there. So the only other thing is that plastic piece over the third brake light. So I'm going to show you basically how to take these out. So step one is going to be the visors. Pretty much it should look like this. There's going to be 3 Phillips head screws there, 1 there, 3 here, and this one's missing 1, but there would be 1 there. And that's going to be step 1. Okay, after these are removed, the next step could either be the oh shit bars, which that one is there, that one is gone, and the one behind me is there. Or you could do the dome light, which I'm going to do. Being that this one is already snapped, all you really have to do is get the wire connector out, which basically there's a clip. This one's clip is broken, but that's literally all you have to do, and then this would either come down or just hang there like mine is. Okay, next step is going to be these bars. There are 2 little, I don't really know how to describe them, but if you use a flathead, you can pry these little things, see, like that. Pry these down and move them, and there's 2 bolts behind there. Okay, you have to play with them a little bit, but eventually they will come out here and there. And I lied. I would say you would need a socket. I believe it's a 7mm socket. I will verify that, but all you have to do is unscrew those 2. It is a 7mm. You're just going to remove them just like that. And then you're going to do the same on, well, that one's missing, but the other back one. Okay, after those are down, there's one final thing left. And that would be, sorry, this car's so small that I can't even keep stuff back here, would be this third brake light cover. If you really want to, you can just take a flathead, but what you really just need to do is kind of snap it off just like that. Once you're at this point, you can see the headliners coming down around it. What you're going to want to do is lower, if you haven't, your seat belts all the way on both sides. Then you can be back here or up front. You're going to start pulling at some of these panels just like this. You're going to go up here and kind of unsnap. And I would actually, I'm going to go up to the front and demonstrate it. Should have probably had a tripod for this, but I didn't think about it. All of these panels here, you're going to start. You really don't have to go all the way, just kind of down to there. And then there's one more just right there. It won't come off because of the seatbelt, but we're not going to take the seatbelt off, obviously, because we don't need to. If you lower it down, you'll have enough room. And then this one, which has more snaps, and that's the last one you're probably going to need to do. Yeah. Okay. Then we'll go to the other side. My tools are in the way. And I'll show you here. Start up here again. You just got to kind of, you don't want to break it, but you got to pull. You're going to feel like you're going to break it, but oh, well, there went the metal bar that held that in place. Just like so. Now you're going to have to be prepared because when this one comes down, it's going to start to fall on you. And you could have 2 people if you wanted to, or you could not. It's up to you. Just like so. All right, I'm going to put the camera on the tripod for this part. All right, so at this point, what we're going to kind of do is start just maneuvering these plastic pieces around the headliner here. Honestly, the hardest part of this is probably going to be maneuvering the plastic because that's what's holding it up. You can see it's starting to fall here. We can just take that panel off. That would work too. That panel can just sit right there. You are going to also want to watch the mirror. If you kind of maneuver it a little bit, it should start to kind of come out. There we go. And then the only other thing you're going to want to watch are the wires for the dome light, which you can kind of sneak back up through here. And then we're just going to kind of have to maneuver this throughout the car here. Trying to see what the best way to get this thing out will be. Actually, you know what? I just thought of a better idea too. Let's move these seats all the way down. Because if these seats are all the way down, then that means there's nothing for it to rest on, which in theory should make it easier. If we do that, now we should be able to start tipping it and maneuvering it a different way. Oh, come on. Got it. This is the rear. God, this thing is in horrible condition. We'll set it like that. Set the seats back up. So here's where the different shit can come in if you want to do different shit. This is where you could start to put stuff back if you wanted to. Really, the only stuff that I would recommend putting back would be the panels. So, like for example, this stuff I would recommend probably snapping back into place, especially now that you can see the clips. I'd recommend at least putting some of this back so you can at least use your seat belts. You gotta kind of tuck it down in there like that. Seat belts work. The dome light wiring, which this thing is all broken, this thing can just sit. I can hook the wiring back up. There we go. You could put the visors back if you wanted to, just in the same orientation, the shit bars. I'm not going to bother with any of that except the dome light because we're just going for functionality. And that's going to be it. That is the complete headliner removal on one of these cars. So yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them best as I can. See ya.